to the audio show.
So, friends, the truth of the matter is I'm going to be in and out for the entire day, but of course, I'm going to try my best to give you as much of the content as I can. Let's get into it.
What? Anthony, please, would you just go back home,
Look,
please?
can I just talk to you, please?
Oh, God, why can we not talk at home? Why out here? Can we not talk at the house? What do you want?
Look, I know you brought up Shayla and you brought up Ro, but I don't want them. I want you. You were the best woman I've ever had.
Aunt, I'm really not trying to hear this right now. I'm the best woman you ever had. So, really, Aunt, that's how you treat the best woman you ever had?
Look,
That's a fair argument. That's a very fair statement as far as how him treat the best woman he's ever had, because you really would think that he'll treat her much better, but he hasn't actually done that. So this is very, very fair of her to say. What I will say though is he really is trying to see if he can get back into her graces. Whether y'all want to take that as something or not, he really is trying to do this. Whether you want to take it or not, but hey, he's fighting. I can tell you that much.
I was trying to provide a life. I get it. I was still kind of hung up about Wayne, and that was something that I needed to deal with, not you. And I put it all out on you, and I'm sorry about that. I am. But we can't just throw this away based on like a hiccup in our marriage. Like you said you forgave me, right? And every day since then, I've been trying to atone for the mistakes I've made.
Have you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he has tried. The fairness is that he has tried. As to, he may not have tried the way how ladies want him to try, but in general, he is trying. Him try to do different little things. He tries, but the trying is not as, we can be honest, it's not as much as women would want to see him doing. They want to see him doing more things. Like, for example, and for me as well too, could he go on a couple trips and could he do a couple different things with Amber? He could. So I'm going to give you that. But let's be fair, he has tried. And again, like I've said before, he hasn't cheated since then. I'm not talking about the emotional, whatever else we want to talk about. I'm talking about actual physical contact with him and the other woman where him basically, sticking it in. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, if that's what you say. Sure.
Like you're talking like I don't love you. Maybe I just need to be taught the way to love you. I loved you in my way.
I love this because I think what they've done is that they've listened to the channel again and they've decided to take what we're saying and put it in the script. Yes, sometimes a man don't know exactly how to love a woman. It is true, right? Even myself guilty of that, of whatever Anthony's talking about, right? Where you don't know. I mean, it is what it is. As far as you're concerned, you're doing it the way how you know it. You know what I mean? You're just doing it the way how you know it. You're not necessarily going, into the other directions. The aspect of love is something to be learned. You have things into it because you have to be very careful that you don't get too simpish, and you have to be careful that you don't get too hard. It is how you strike a balance between the two.
And if I provided a life for you and got you a restaurant and
Anthony,
gave you money, that was my mistake.
I should not have to teach a grown man how to be honest.
Oh, that is fair. Yes, she shouldn't have to teach a grown man how to be honest about certain things. Now, the thing is, him just want to know, what level, how you want the honesty. But yes, she is correct. Him can be honest on his own.
I am a man, Amber. When did we ever get it right the first time? That's a fairy tale. You thinking that I'm supposed to just know you. We're still learning each other. That's what marriage is.
That is true as well too. And I love that they're putting this into the script because I think that sometimes people forget this. People forget that it's a marriage. I still don't fully know you. And it's going to take me a while. Maybe there are some things about you that's going to change as time come by. And so as they change, I have to change the way how I deal with you. Fair arguments. I'm not sure where I'm getting them from, but they sound very similar.
The problem is you don't know yourself. That is the problem.
That's not true.
No, it is true. You don't know who you want, what you want. You don't know if you love me or you don't. But I know. And see, I recognize it because I didn't know myself, Aunt. But I know me now. And I know what I'm not tolerating. I know what I'm not putting up with. And I know when somebody loves me and when they don't. I know what that looks like, Aunt. And you don't display that. Ever.
All right.
You think you can buy me things. You can buy my love.
I'm not trying to buy your love. I'm trying to provide
Well,
for
why
the
do you
woman
bring up
that
the
I love.
restaurant every time then, huh? Huh? Look at this big house. I bought you a restaurant. It's not about that, Aunt.
Okay, what I love about this conversation is that she's dropping the nugget, right? Now, I don't know if he's getting the nugget, but she's dropping the nuggets, which is, you can't buy me. While the money is great, you can't buy me. And I like that she's saying that to him because, him need to hear that. In other words, you need to do other things. Now, could she articulate it like that? Ladies, I'm going to leave that up to you. Could she articulate that? Because that's what men are trying to say. You could, I get that, but not because me get it mean every other man is going to be able to get that right off of the cuff. Yes, the message is, you cannot buy me. Don't try buy me. It's the little things that win me. Okay, I always like to say, for example, to people that I'm with, is effort is what wins me. Effort. You don't necessarily have to be extremely successful, but it's the effort. If you're going to communicate with me, make the effort to communicate with me. Those things win me. You don't need to buy me a bunch of different stuff. Just give me effort. The effort shows me that, you know what, at least you're interested. But that's something that I can articulate. Not many people can articulate those things as far as their partner is concerned.
All right.
God.
Can we at least just sit down and grab breakfast? Please.
Yeah, whatever. I can eat.
I'll catch up with you.
Definitely catch up with her. This is very, very good. It's clear that they're watching the channel and they're watching the other channels and they're listening to us and they're starting to formulate these things because they realize the story they have, right? Because when you have a bunch of married people that watch this thing, they want to see the nuggets. And yes, these were nuggets. I think Misty is going to like this episode because this sound like it more communicative, right? It shows that yes, black people do communicate just the same way, so that was very, very good on their part for bringing this up and to showing us this. But yes, finally she's starting to verbalize some of the pieces as to how she's feeling, because that's kind of what I was saying. You have to tell him. So many times you have to tell a man how to do things. Ladies, let me explain something. Long ago, O'Neill was just probably close to how Anthony behaved. What that means? That means that O'Neill never have the time to sit down and listen to a woman for whatever it is and as to what she has going on. It took a while because as a man, and I'm not making an excuse for Anthony, I'm just giving you examples of why he might think some of the ways that he thinks. To a man, you need to be working on your stuff. Why? Because the world doesn't care about what you have going on. It doesn't care if your wife will leave you. It doesn't care if your kids are being taken away. It doesn't care if your mother dead. It doesn't care if your father has died. It doesn't care for any of these things. All the world cares about is this. The world says, hey, as a man, you need to have money in your pocket. That's where men generally understand. Some men don't understand it. Very few. But the majority of men understand that. So them go to work and them try to get things done. And so because of that, men tend to, because society has made this way, by because of that, men tend to negate the other parts of life then. For example, the love part that women talk about, men kind of put that on the back burner because that can't be the number one thing. Why is the love thing go on the back burner? Because I can have a lot of love, but if I don't have any money, me and the woman going to have issues. I can have a lot of love, but if I don't have any money, the kid going to get taken away. I can have a lot of love, but if I don't have enough money, then I can't take care of myself. Then that's a problem. That's how a man's brain is trained to think. So yes, Anthony is doing a lot of thinking from the money side of things, because that's exactly what life shows a man, that he needs to have a lot of money, and if he have a lot of money, then he will be able to get a woman. No, I like what Amber is mentioning to him, because she's saying to him, Anthony, you also need to know yourself, because you need to understand yourself as a person and realize that money isn't everything. And she's right. You now need to find a way to discover, because I like this, you need to discover the other parts of yourself outside of the money. You need to not be so reliant on the money to be your strength. While the money is good, you can't make the money become your strength, where every single time you lean on it. Because the truth of the matter is, if tomorrow came and you lost all of the money, what would happen to you? You would fall. And I think she's teaching also a very valiant lesson. Very valiant. That's why I said this actually is very, very good at great talking. I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what they do at the what you call it, the morning session, the breakfast I'm going out to. Give me a take. Am I making sense? Do you understand some of what I'm saying? Are you getting any inklings into it? Or you know what, O'Neill, we not care, divorce and let's go on. Give me a take. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna talk to you soon.